Well, let me start out first. Obviously, I know everybody knows that Gus accepted the Arkansas State job today, and we're very happy for him and his family. And it was a really good situation, a very good opportunity for him to go back to his home state, and where he knows so many high school coaches and he's got so many connections. So it was a great opportunity for him, and he's done great things for us here at Auburn. Helped us win the national championship. Been a part of 29 wins, and he's really done a great job for us. So we're going to miss him, and he is going to coach in the bowl game, and he's going to finish up, his last game here in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. But we're very proud for him and his family, and I know he's really, really excited. He's been wanting to be a head coach, and again, him having the opportunity to go back to his hometown, his home state. And be a head coach is really going to be exciting for him. So I know he's excited, his family's excited, so we're going to wish him well. But we still have a few more days with him here at Auburn, and we're going to finish up this Chick-fil-A Bowl with him as the offensive coordinator and have a fun time doing it.
Given that you're already shorthanded, how important was that for him to say, I'll stay with you through the bowl game?
Oh, it was great. And Gus and I have a great relationship, and he's going to be missed around here. But certainly, him wanting to stay, I didn't have to beg him. I mean, he really, really wanted to stay, which was a great thing. He loves Auburn, and he loves the players here, and he was very adamant about wanting to coach in the bowl game, which was great. So, again, he's a great friend, and he'll be a great head coach too. So we wish him well.
You talked the last couple of years about how important it was that you had all that stability in the staff. So is it, on the flip side, how difficult is it to deal with a situation where you got to replace both coordinators and start over?
Obviously, when you're in this profession, you understand that, staff change is, it's something that occurs quite often. Obviously, yes, the importance of stability in your staff is big. But the bottom line is when you've won a national championship and you've had a lot of success, people are going to have other opportunities. So this is a situation where I feel very confident that we're going to hire some great people here, just like we did previously. Great coaches and great people, and they'll be very good fits for Auburn. So I'm very confident moving forward, in our ability to do that.
You've spoken a little bit about the criteria you kind of want in a defensive coordinator. Now, how about an offensive coordinator? What you looking for?
A guy that scores a lot of points. Good. No, again, I mean, I can say with an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator that there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of ingredients in that cake, and I'm always looking for somebody that's a great fit for Auburn, that is going to fit our players, that fits this community. That also has to be a great football coach and a great recruiter. And what that means, X and O wise, can vary and change. We're not dead set, with a one-track mind on this is the type of offense or defense we have to run. We want guys that have been successful, and we want guys that are very good at what they do, and great fits for Auburn. And again, I feel very confident that we're going to find the right guys.
That being said, I mean, you've obviously recruited guys to fit, what Gus was doing. I mean, does that make you more inclined to look for someone with a similar style?
Again, going down the road of hiring an offensive coordinator, it's not going to be necessarily just what type of style of offense this particular guy runs, and it's going to be a lot of different things. So we've recruited a lot of good players here. We've recruited a lot of skilled players. We've recruited a lot of good offensive linemen and a lot of good quarterbacks. So whatever offense we decide to go to, whatever that might be, we'll obviously work around what our personnel dictates we can do. And so that'll always be the case, no matter what offense or what defense you're running. You've got to be able to, work with what you have.
Does either the defensive or offensive coordinator position dictate a greater sense of urgency? I mean, is the one, either of those two that you feel like needs to be filled first?
No, I mean, again, I don't put timelines on, you know, either one. I'm going to do my due diligence and get what I think is the best fit for Auburn, period. You know, so, look, like I've said, you know, our staff that we put together starting 3 years ago, it's a great staff, and people want our guys. And so I feel very confident, again, that we're going to get the right guys in, and whatever the timeline is and however that unfolds, you know, it unfolds, you know, in that time period. Obviously, the sooner the better, we know that, but that certainly doesn't override the fact that we're going to make sure it's the right guy.
Gene, do you, with losing both of them, has there been a move to kind of call recruits and reassure them and say, you know, everything's going to be fine?
Oh, sure. You definitely got to do that. You got to, you know, you got to call all your guys and say, hey, look, this is what happens in college football, and we feel very, very confident moving forward in, you know, what our plan is and where we're headed. So there's no panic whatsoever on our side. Again, this is part of. You can look around. There's coordinators taking jobs, you know, in a lot of places. So everybody faces the same thing.
Response been good from the recruits?
Pardon me?
Has the response from the recruits been good?
Yes, it's been great. It's been great.
Gene, who coached the quarterbacks today in practice, and when will Gus be back?
Well, Gus is going to try to be back tomorrow, early to middle afternoon. Basically what we did is we took the quarterbacks and running backs and put them together, and Coach Luper kind of ran the meetings, and you know, we out at practice we already had everything scripted and what we were going to run and do. So he kind of kept them together most of the time, and was able to obviously coach them both at the same time. And, but it worked out well tonight. We had a great practice tonight.
Do you sit down and talk to some of the guys like Kyle, who recruited, had a long-standing relationship with Gus?
Yeah, you got to talk to, you know, I had a team meeting obviously first, and you know, talk to the whole team. But you know, everybody understands. I mean, these guys are 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. They understand when people have to make moves that they think are the best for their family. And so, you know, I don't think that there's anybody that just doesn't understand, or is anybody. I think everybody is happy for him, and so we've talked to the whole team.
Did you talk to Kyle individually?
I haven't talked to Kyle individually yet about that. No.
Anything else?
Practice good again today?
Great practice today. Had a really, really good up-tempo, high-energy practice. The kids were great, and might have been one of the best ones we've had, so it was really good.
Can you talk about this freshman class? And I mean, obviously, you knew from coming in they had to play. Have they been? I mean, there's been, I'm sure, some ups and downs, but have they been what you hoped and expected they would be?
I think so. I don't think there's any question that you know, they experienced a lot this year. You know, they experienced a lot of good. They experienced some bad too, but the main thing is they got something to experience. You know, they got out on the field and they got to play, and you know, so many of them contributed, and you know, that's just invaluable for yourself down the road.
A lot of the linebackers talked about how much they've enjoyed having you there as a position coach the first couple of days. How much fun has it been for you the first 3 days to jump back in there at linebacker?
So they told you exactly what I told them to tell you? Good. They listen. It's been fun. You know, it's been fun. I think that, you know, again, just kind of getting back in the daily grind of the meeting rooms and the film sessions and, you know, all that. It's been fun, and, you know, they're working. They're working hard, and you know, hopefully we're improving every day.
A couple of them said that, you know, you sat down with them, the linebackers, and kind of gave each guy, you know, what you thought about them and stuff. Is that tough to do as a coach, kind of, to be honest, and really straightforward with them?
Not for me. Not for me. I told them all exactly what I thought, so that's where we started.